I'm in red form, in a red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual healthcare, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways, I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. Add it to the cart and we got you. And that's it, man. Go purchase Big Pat Sports Talk merch and support the family, man. And welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you for your support. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today episode, we're going to be doing another Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts. And we got Mr. Bomani Jones with some more hate for the New York Giants. Basically, what he is saying is the New York Giants are not that talented and that Brian Daboll will have to outcoach every team that we play in order to win games this upcoming season. So the talent that we added doesn't matter. And moving forward, we are less talented and we have to do so much more work in order to win like we did last season. So let's get into the video. You know I'm going to listen in and chime in. So let's get into it.
Appreciate that it's a well-coached team and they're getting better, but they're not nearly as talented as the other two, the Cowboys and the Eagles in that division. So
we're not nearly as talented as the Eagles or the Cowboys. Not that the Eagles or Cowboys are more talented. We're not nearly as talented as the Cowboys and the Eagles. So basically he's saying that what we added this year is nothing compared to what those guys have. And we should basically just give it up and just pray that we have some miracle to beat those teams. But that's basically what he's saying. And this is not Bomani Jones. I mean Dominique Foxworth, former Broncos and Falcons cornerback. Sorry.
So in order to win, they're going to have to outcoach everybody every single week. It's really hard to do that continuously. You can outplay people when you have more talent, which the Eagles and the Cowboys have. They also have a better quarterback. Both teams have better quarterbacks. So
you're saying that Dak Prescott is a way better quarterback and Jalen Hurts is a way better quarterback? Or are those two quarterbacks just on teams that had better rosters last year and have had better rosters around them since Daniel Jones has been playing? Like, what are we going to have to do to get a little bit of respect in the media, man? First of all, yes, we haven't beaten the Cowboys in a pretty long time, but our rosters have been atrocious. But it's like people are not understanding what we added this year on this roster and how we've been drafting the past 2 years. And you know what? Maybe that's the way that we want it. Keep looking past us. Keep doubting us. And you're going to see what happens to you this year. Our offense is going to be totally different this year. The people that you're facing this year are not the people that you were facing last year. It's not even close. But people continue to act like we're the same team as last year, and maybe that's what's best. You keep thinking that we're the same team last year, just the Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley show, or as you guys call it in the media, the Saquon Barkley show, and nobody else. Go ahead and stack the box like you did last year, Eagles and Cowboys. Go ahead. Go ahead and run those zone plays and think that you're just going to be able to stay in your back pedal and guard our receivers this year. Go ahead. Go ahead and think that Darren Waller is not a factor this year. Go ahead. I want you to. But let's continue on and continue to hear what this man has to say.
As good as the Giants, I think, can be, I don't think they're going to be able to knock off either of those two teams. Washington, they got a chance to knock down Sam Howell and the Commanders.
So we don't have a chance. There's no way possible that we can beat the Eagles or the Cowboys once this year, even though we competed with the Cowboys twice last year with the roster that we had last year. And the Eagles, I give you the Eagles. You have to see it to believe it, because we got blew out both games that both starting teams played. And we only have a chance to beat the Commanders. Now, why don't you give us the same respect you give the Eagles and Cowboys dominating us the way we dominate Washington? You don't say there's no way Washington can beat the Giants, because we've been killing the Commanders for their whole history, over 100 wins against them. No, you say we actually only have a chance to beat Washington, like we're the worst team in the NFC East. That's the way you're talking, like we're the worst team in the NFC East, and we just barely got good enough to compete with Washington. That's what your statement is saying, sir. How many of you Giants fans believe that are actually Giants fans and not with the negative naysay BS, and really look at your team for what they are? Not to bash your team, not to hope your team gets horrible and has the #1 pick so you can move on from Daniel Jones, because you got to get rid of him so much because you talk so much crap about him. Really look at your team and really look at that statement and think if that statement is true or false. Are we the bottom of the NFC East, to where we just barely got a chance to beat Washington and no chance in hell of beating the Eagles and the Cowboys? Come on, man.
I want to go back to Dan on that thought, but let me get Darlington in here. What do you think, Jeff? The Giants, as far as a legitimate contender, look, there's a team that made the playoffs last year, won a playoff game on the road against a Minnesota team a lot of people didn't love. What do you think?
It makes me a little nervous when we're talking about Darren Waller as being the potential key to this team, only because of availability. The past 2 seasons dealing with the hamstring injury that allowed him to play 9 games. Season before that, 11 games. Look, if they get the 2020 version of Darren Waller, this team can contend because Daniel Jones now has that consistent weapon. But can he stay on the field? It's been a question for Waller the past 2 seasons, and for me, it will continue to.
So basically, his take on it is, I'm going to cop out and be like, can Darren Waller stay healthy? Because if Darren Waller plays, you guys know that he's going to be an absolute problem in the NFC East, because they haven't seen anything like Waller in the NFC East. Then you back that up with Saquon Barkley coming back, motivated again. Then you back that up with Daniel Jones at quarterback, who's a dual threat. Don't care what nobody say, he's a dual threat. You got to understand that this team is not the same. Jalen Hyatt is a speed factor that is rare. Campbell, hungry, fast, tough, over the middle, gets the catch, yards after catch, monster. Daniel Bellinger, another formidable tight end, red zone threat. Hodgins, 6'4", route runs, crazy across the middle, ultimate possession receiver, red zone threat. Slayton, speed. Been averaging 720 to 725 yards to 750 yards, averaging with the trash that we've had the past 4 years. But he's been averaging that. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. He's going to be coming off the pup. You got Shep, captain, New York Giants leader. Still looking very crispy out there on the field. The only thing that you can say about this team is the offensive guard position and the inside of this offensive line. Can they compete with the defensive tackles in the NFC East? That's to be seen. I can get with that if you say we may struggle in that area, because I think we will struggle in that area until Azudu, Ben Bredesen, and Glowinski show that they can be formidable at the guard positions. And John Michael Smith is a rookie, even though I think he's going to be solid. But let's not act like these teams are just worlds above us still. It's not happening this year, man. Y'all better get y'all facts straight about the New York Giants. And you know what? Don't do it. Let us go under the radar. Keep doubting us. Keep acting like we're the same team last year. Keep acting like Brian Daboll has to perform miracles for this team to win. Keep acting like Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. Keep acting like Waller won't be on the field. Keep acting like you don't know that our receivers are way better this year. Keep acting like our defense isn't going to be legit this year. Just keep acting like that, man. And I promise you, people like us with the Big Blue Crew, we're going to enjoy the results. But this is what the media thinks of our team no matter what we do. And it's okay, because we're going to continue to prove you guys wrong. We're going to continue to beat up on the Washington Commanders, whatever their name is going to be here soon. They're celebrating the preseason win like it's a Super Bowl victory. But, hey, it is what it is. Cowboys, your window is about this much more as winning the Super Bowl. The Eagles, when some of them boys start to retire, and when you start having to pay those backloaded contracts, we're going to get you too. And we're going to get you this year. But keep it quiet because they believe we're still the same team as last year. Run it back. That's what they say, huh? Well, you can run it back and say run it back all you want to. But it's going to be a different season. And 11-6 is the floor. But shh, keep it quiet. Let them keep believing we're the same team as last year, even though we won a playoff game last year when nobody picked us to win more than 4 to 5 games. So if Brian Daboll can coach like that all last year with that roster, what do you think he's going to do with this roster? Regress? Stop coaching? Stop scheming up? Stop motivating? Stop putting the best people on the field? Stop wanting to win? Stop getting the best out of his players. Stop expecting the best out of his players. Stop motivating his players. Stop getting his players to play better. Stop unlocking his players' potential. And stop being the coach of the year? I doubt it. But shh. Keep it quiet. They don't believe in us. They never have, and they never will. But guess what? We might be hoisting another Lombardi here soon. I've seen this before. But shh, quiet. Because they don't even know it. But this has been New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk Reacts. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button. And once again, you know what it is, man. Peace.